So let's go to board 6 today. Um, the basic lesson, the thing I want you to take away from it, whether or not you can execute this hand, it's a difficult hand. We had, I think, 4 pairs in 4 spades, and none of them made. Some of them got beat badly. Um, um, so what I want you to take away from this hand is the idea that you have to prepare. Right, when you're making a plan, if you don't really remember what the auction was, then your plans are going to always have holes in them. You need to you need to pay attention to what's happening and gather information as in the auction and in the play of the cards, because if something you could not foresee happens later on, it's going to be very difficult in your panic and to be able to reconstruct or to remember that information, or you might remember some of it, but to remember it accurately. So, and that's what I want you to take away from this hand, okay? Because this hand is makeable, but only if you have a good picture of the hand, and the only way to have gotten that is to pick it up as you went along. So we have 14 points in a 6-card spade suit, and watch how much information we get immediately. Right? The double from south is takeout, right? Which means that he'll be short in spades, probably 2 or fewer spades, and he'll have an opening hand. He'll have support for everything else. Right, so opening hand, 14 here, 13 here, that's 27, and my partner redoubles. This is a bid that is commonly used, often in very different treatments, but to show an invitational hand, something better than a constructive hand. And here, it's exactly what we did. Is this redouble? We find out my partner has 10 plus points. I like to pretend that's 11. I like just to say it's invitational. 11 is the iconic invitation, right? So I like to say 11 points in my head. So I've got 25 points, and I'm thinking about a game. This guy has an opening hand, right? So even if he has 12, right, it's like 3 points that could be available in North. North responds diamonds, and South has promised support for all 3 of them. Good chance this is 4. Good chance this is, well, we don't know yet, but it's 4 or more depending on how many diamonds my partner holds. So get in the picture. We know this is a weak hand though. Now, there's a little point of bidding strategy to think about, especially at match points. This redouble can be a defensive bid, right? Because we might not have a spade fit, and it might be that he's holding diamonds at this point, right? How many times do you double with 4 here and 4 here? That wouldn't be great. But what if this guy's got 3 diamonds and 4 in the other suits, right? Then suddenly, we have some diamond defense. What if he had bid clubs in North's hand? Now we have some defense in clubs against a club contract. So a redouble gives you a clue that there's a potential for a defense here, partner, which is why the robots in their explanation say you can't, if they're going to play below 2-note trump, we're doubling them, right? Now, the reason why you would think about playing a double defense is really playing if the colors are the opposite. Right? Our game, if we have a spade game, for instance, it's 620, right? How many times do we have to beat a part score doubled to beat 620, right? Well, it goes 100, 300, 500, 800. So we would have to set them by 4 to do better than making game. So generally speaking, this defense idea, it disappears once you look over it and see the colors. Now imagine it the other way. They're vulnerable, you're not. Your game is now worth 420. Doubled down 2 is 200, 500 if they're in the red, right? And now a defense becomes something that you might want to think about, because you might be able to do better than your game by beating them too, right? So redouble, maybe there's some defense here. Here, with the colors the where they are, and I want to be in a game, and I would prefer it to be spades. And since they found a fit, presumably, with this double and the 2 diamond bid, I'm going to go and bid 2 spades under the theory that when you're in a competitive auction, you want to push for the right contract. You don't want to beat around the bush a lot. I'm going to show him 6 spades now. I don't want to wait a bid and then show him 6 spades. South confirms he has diamonds, right? So if he is confirming the 2 diamond bid that could be just 4 diamonds, seems very likely that he has 4 diamonds. right? And partner bids 4 spades, and that's where we end up. So this is a pretty good auction, pretty standard auction, I imagine. I didn't really look to see how it went at your tables. And we get to the plan, right? Man plans. What we do is we count our losers first, of course. And we can see that with the king of spades, queen of spades up there, we don't have any spade losers. With the ace of hearts up there, we don't have any heart losers. But when we turn to the club suit, we can see that we have 3 club losers and 2 diamond losers. Now, when you count your losers, please, please, please don't make a plan for them while you're counting. Don't go, well, ace of clubs, and therefore I only have 1 club loser. That's not how it works, because you still got 3 club losers in your hand, and you've got to figure out what to do with them. Now, you may be roughing them, but save that for your planning part. 3 club losers, 2 obvious diamond losers. Now, the holy trinity of getting rid of losers in your hand: dump, trump, or finesse. We dump them on winners in the dummy. Or I should say, in the short suited hand. The short suit being the short trump suit. We rough them with a short suit, if in the dummy. In this case, in the dummy. Or we use a finesse, dump, trump, or finesse. Even if that holy trinity applies, even if more serious and advanced techniques, we're still always coming back to that holy trinity: dump, trump, or finesse. So here, I'm not seeing any trumps. Well, take that back. I could rough a club. Maybe I could rough a club. Maybe roughing with the king or the queen, right? But I might be able to get a club rough and still be able to pull a trump. The ace and the queen of hearts are going to be good, right? And I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 6 of those, 7, so they have 6, right? So I might be able to get at least 1 pitch, right? All I need is a 5-2 split, and I get 1 pitch. If they split 4-2 split, and if they split even better, then it can be really good, right? And I can get rid of a couple losers. Maybe I'm getting over tricks. I'm getting excited. This is a good hand. What a nice fit, right? It worked well. And I also have the queen of diamonds as a winner, by the way, right? Why do I know that? Where's the ace of diamonds? Well, can North hold the ace of diamonds? 5, 6, 11, 13, and 14 is 27. Even if he has just 12 for that thing, that just means 1 point out, right? He could have a jack, right? It could be pretty much any jack that I'm not looking at, right? But he could have a jacks in place. Right? That's all that he has, right? So what does that mean? I know the ace of diamonds is here, right? So king of diamonds, ace of diamonds, queen is good. And will it be getting roughed on the 3rd round? No, of course not. They found their fit. They're 4-4. And they're almost certainly 4-4. I mean, I guess in theory, it's possibly at 3 diamonds and there's 5 over here. But I'm going to treat it as 4-4 because it just seems like it's got to be that. So he's got 4 diamonds. He's got 4 diamonds. Nobody's roughing the 3rd round at diamonds. So we'll get a switch here. I don't think that they'll, unless they feel a need to cash out, don't see them giving me the queen of diamonds on the 3rd trick right away. They switch to a heart. We win it here. And I'm going to, since this is a safe play, I'm going to set this up right now because I'm going to need to get back over to there, and I don't want to waste time setting this up after I've gotten over there or anything. This makes more sense to me. Rambling a bit to gather my thoughts. So in fact, he just gives me, that's the 2nd diamond lead. He gives me the queen. They both have diamonds left in their hand. I am pitching a club. All right, 1 loser gone. So we lost 2 diamonds, and we still have 2 clubs, but now we only have 4 losers. So if we can figure out how to get rid of 1 more loser, we're making. And who isn't throwing the ace of hearts down here, right? They had, we had 7 of them. We were 6-1, so we had 7 of them. They have 6. We're just looking for 4-2 at worst. But turns out 5-1 is what's worse. So we know that South started with 5 hearts and North only had 1, and they have maneuvered themselves into this position where I can't throw a loser here. Right? If I throw it, I'm just trading it. So I'm going to over rough. All right. The jack of hearts, and we know there's 5 hearts here. We know there's 4 diamonds here. Can't think of it. Do I want to take a club finesse? I want to take a club finesse. Well, right now I've got 3 tricks, and the 5 spades should be good. That's 8, 9. Yeah, let's take a club finesse. That'll be the right answer. It can't be. Why would you take a club finesse knowing that North can't have a club? Okay. So, anyways, we leave back up there, ruff a heart maybe, and the second shoe falls. Not only was North short in hearts, he has 5 spades. Right. At this point, anytime you see a bad trump split or a bad suit split, track the suit, figure out what's missing, because that sometimes will just relieve your stress. Here, I have the ace, king, queen, jack, 9, 8, right? And I think I trumped with the 7. I saw the 6 right on the rough, right? So if you keep track of all that stuff, you can see, oh, he has the 10 of spades out there, and he has how many more spades? He started with 5. He played 1 with the rough. He's got 4 left, and he's got to play 1 here. And so he's got 3 left to what card? The 10 of spades. Hey, we can finesse the 10 of spades. Except we can't, right? We don't have any small spades to finesse with, right? So what we need to do is finesse with the hearts, right? We just start throwing hearts down. And it's still a finesse, right? If he doesn't trump, I just throw the 7 clubs away, and I've gotten rid of another loser. But here I am. So that all looks good, right? So now he has 2 spades left, the 10 and a small one. And when I'm over there again, I can still use another little rough with the side suit. But that doesn't end the day, right? Sitting here, I have 5 tricks, right? And I have presumably these 3 trump tricks, which is 8, and I have the ace of clubs for 9. And I need a 10th trick. So as we sit here, where is the only place that we can find another trick? And it's obviously the queen of spades. It's that club ruff that we thought about a while ago, right? We could play the ace of clubs and another, get back in and lead over to the queen of spades. Then take the heart ruff and we're good. We're making 10. Now, that's all fine and good, but you got to remember where everything is. Got to remember where everything is. The king of clubs is over here. There could be another club out, and that club would be what? The jack of clubs, right? If we play the ace, no, let's just play the ace. If we play this card and then lead the 7, and North has the jack of clubs, say this goes 7, 10, 8, jack, this is the guy who has spades, right? He'll lead a spade, and I will never be able to get a club ruff. So I have to put the lead in South's hand, right? Because he can't lead a trump. Now, is that a problem? Well, I'm only going to be able to do it in clubs. I know he has the king, so I can definitely put him in clubs, right? Just lead the queen. He's in with the king. And then what does he lead? Well, if he leads a heart, he has hearts in his hand. If he leads a heart, then we can ruff in our hand and then lead a club for a ruff. If he leads a diamond, because he should have 1 more diamond, right? We're in the same situation. We can simply ruff in our hand and then ruff another club, right? So if we lead the queen of clubs, and the same thing happens with hearts, except a little bit different. Here we have to play the heart, but then we ruff here, and we can lead the club for a ruff. So it doesn't matter what he leads. The thing he can't lead is a spade, because he doesn't have any. He never had any, right? So we just have to make sure he's the guy who wins this trick. And look at, what's he supposed to do? When he leads back a club, there's our club ruff. There's nothing he could do. And now the fun part again, North, who had those 5 spades, finds out that he gets absolutely no spade tricks. Right? You have 2 left. We just capture his 10, and there we go, making the contract. So if you were sitting east on this hand, did you panic? Did you not think about the possibilities? Is that why everybody's down? Why wouldn't we start trying to work this out? And I think that the main problem is we don't remember. Well, what's out there? What's going on, right? And the fact of the matter is, by the auction and the play of the hand, we actually knew everything that was going on. We knew the exact distribution of this hand, right? We knew that the spades were all here headed by the 10, so we could keep ruffing, leading hearts and over ruffing. Or if he ducked, if we let small heart and he didn't rough, we're still in the same boat. Well, rough down here, even lower. It doesn't matter, right? So we have control of this hand if we just take our time, have done some prep work, and God may be laughing, but we get the last laugh. All right, so see you next week. That will be the last tournament next week for a while. And hope to see you there.